my journey started out at Dulond, and it's a beautiful elven city that feels like home to me now, very similar to the way that Frodo and Sam set out from a place of beauty. I came into the game early, about an hour and a half early, because I wasn't sure how or if my level 13 elf character would be able to even complete or participate in the trek to Weathertop, so I thought I would come on early and seek information. And I was told to meet up with someone at the city of Bree. And so I set out galloping on my horse Barley, who is not too fast and not too smart and makes scared noises whenever predators approach. So I feel a little bit hobbit-like in being a very young elf traveling on a slow older horse named Barley and heading down the road into the Shire and on to Bree. I certainly find within the game that I get the sense of a great deal of distance travel. I have covered a lot of territory on foot and now on Barley, and sometimes I end up going around in circles. And the Shire seems less friendly than I think of it in the books. I hate this bit of the marsh where these biting flies are buzzing around your head. It seems so realistic. I've learned to stop frequently and check the map and check the road signs because it's so easy to get turned around and end up wasting even more time going in circles. You really have to imagine that this just goes on and on and on and on. It was a really, really long journey. At long last, I come to the Brandywine Bridge, and I feel like Frodo leaving the Shire and going to Breeland, where I've only been in the game twice, once by the horse and once on an Explorer. So this is territory pretty much unknown to me. After a bit of a wait, a member of my kinship showed up to guide the way, and I felt my heart lift much in the same way that the hobbits must have felt meeting Aragorn and finding that they had someone to help guide their passage at the beginning of their journey. stop at the Forsaken Inn and tells me that it's the hub for a lot of quest activities, nearby some goblin quests. And later I looked it up in the Lord of the Rings because I didn't remember the Forsaken Inn as an important place as it is in the game, but it is apparently only mentioned once in the novel, just in passing, and no action actually happens here. So it's quite a contrast with the game. There was this really quite scary, weird circumstance along the path following Kayla, where she had suggested that we'd make better time if I auto-followed her. But she took off at great volume from the Forsaken Inn, and I immediately started to experience some computer lag, and then I started to slingshot ahead of her and backwards and got totally out of control. Horse took off with me, not responsive at all, and straight into the baddies, and from there on in it was almost funny because I became like this, my character became like a yo-yo that was just bouncing all around Kayla and totally out of control. So I'm not sure what the relationship of that experience is to Lord of the Rings, the novel or the book. I am deriving out of it perhaps the moral that when you are inattentive and go on automatic, things never work out well. You must always be decisive and make your own path, and perhaps that has some pertinence to the story. With great anticipation, we arrive at the Lowlands Reflecting Pool, and it's supposed to be able to provide an entrance into the instance if you're below character level. I'm not entirely sure. I was just told that that was what I should do, and so our disappointment after our long journey was that in fact it gave me a "you cannot use this device" message, so we had to wait and confer with other people in the kinship to see where to go from there. After all the difficulty that I had been through, and also Kayla had been through trying to get me to the Weathertop quest, I was feeling really badly, and so I was very relieved that other kinship members discovered a way that once they'd started the instance, they were able to invite nearby people to the quest. And as we gathered before setting out, I would say that the mood quite contrasted to anything in the novel or the book, in that everybody was in an upbeat, happy mood, like they were going to a party, excited and anticipatory at the outset. Although I would say a certain degree of focus on checking gear and your panels and so on.
Weathertop, once a watchtower of the Dunedain, now a refuge for orcs. Candaith the Ranger strives to break their foothold in the Weather Hills.
One of the things that struck me about The Lord of the Rings was how graphically Tolkien portrays weather and conditions, and when the party's going through swamps and so on, how depressing it seems to be in this damp situation. And when we entered the instance on Weathertop and it started to pour down rain, I immediately felt that sense of, just kind of demoralizing cold seeping into my bones. It was just a changed mood right away. A frustrating thing started to happen to me as soon as we started to get into the quest, which was that my bow, I couldn't seem to fire my bow, and I'm not sure whether something was happening technologically or there was something about the instance that I was frozen. But I kept applying my focus and then trying to fire my bow, and instead I got stuck in this animation, this kind of ready animation, and we're just sort of standing there helplessly shifting from one foot to the other, and it was an incredible feeling of helplessness. battle sounds and the music very effective during this experience. And really, I began to feel that, confusion that's described in Tolkien and in other books about hand-to-hand combat, where the clanging of the weapons around you and the shouts and that are confusing and deafening and make you just weary, soul sick, as it were. I think that was definitely they did a really good job of the game.
Good.